Welcome back to Mad Talks of Football, and it's that time of the weekend again where we sort of become experts and try to predict what's gonna happen on the over the weekend in the world of football, and we're gonna make our predictions again this weekend. And in this video, we're gonna talk about the Bundesliga, and we are gonna try to predict the games for the weekend. Five of the teams this week are played in Europe in the Champions League, so we're gonna see whether that affects their performance over the weekend, or will it have no real effect on them. So let's go ahead and let's start our predictions. You guys can play with me in the comments below. Make your predictions. We're going to see who has the better predictions at the end of the weekend. We are going to see who can make who can get more points. 3 points if your entire prediction is correct. 2 points if the prediction is right, but the score is different. So let's get ready and go ahead. The first game is Augsburg versus Mainz. Augsburg won their first game last week against St. Pauli. Like, they really needed that win. Their start of the season, the first two games, they really did not play up to their potential. So it was a must-win game in a way for them. And they were playing against a St. Pauli side that like they are now 3 defeats in a row, and they have not really played that good. So that was a must-win. They won that, and they would be like coming into this game with a good confidence. They are playing a Mainz side who lost to Werder Bremen. They are currently 15th at the table. The start of the season has not been that good. I expected something like that for them in my predictions as well. I said they were gonna struggle. They were gonna be in that 14, 15, 16 positions. So yeah, it's not really something that I did not expect. I expected that. It's nothing surprising for me that they are struggling this season. And to be very honest with you, I think they are going to struggle, especially if you look at last week's game. Like, they had a man advantage over Bremen for most of the second half, and they were still not able to go ahead and get that win, or get at least a point out of it. And I think for them it is gonna continue. Like, they're still not won a single game in the league. They are still winless, and I think that's gonna continue for them. And I think Augsburg are gonna win the second game in a row, and I think Augsburg win this one. I think it will be a close game, but I think Augsburg nick it 2-1 in the end. The second game, it is a Bochum versus Holstein Kiel, and I mean, this is already like a must-win game for the season. We usually talk about top of the table clashes, but I think this is going to be like such a huge game for both of them. Both of them have lost already 3 games of the season. Both of them are like gonna be in a relegation battle. There's no doubt about that both these teams are going to struggle, and now they are facing each other early on. Like, it's early on this season, and both of them have lost, as I say, 3 games played, 3 games lost. Bochum, they could the way that they are playing, it's not really good as well. Both of them, they are not really looking good. Bochum lost to Freiburg last week. The scoreline was a 2-1, but like, they were never really in the game. Freiburg were in cruise control, and Holstein Kiel, the less said about their game and their performance about last week better. Like, they got thumped 6-1 by Bayern Munich. So like, that was quite a humiliating defeat for them. It is a massive game, as I said. Like, if they need, both of them, they need a win out of this game, and they are still winless. They are both pointless as well. So it's a disastrous start, and this game could have a huge ramifications going into the season, especially at the latter stages of the season. And to be very honest, I don't know why. I just think I think the away side, Holstein Kiel, might nick it. That's why, like, it is in games like this, you should go with the home side, but I just think Holstein Kiel are like, in a way, in my opinion, have played a bit better than Bochum. So I'm going for a close, very close, a 1-0 win for Holstein Kiel. The next game is Heidenheim versus Freiburg. Heidenheim were on top of the table last week before match day 3 started, but unfortunately for them, they lost to Dortmund 4-2. It was quite a fun game, that one. They really played good, but I think in the end, deserving win for Dortmund. I don't think Heidenheim did enough to win that game. And I said that game was very important because that was like the first tough test for Heidenheim, and to be very honest with you, they failed in that test. They are playing a Freiburg side who themselves have won like 2 games, and they are, both of them are like on 6 points, just a goal difference. They defeated Bochum, as I already said last week, so it's like a good it's going to be a good game, to be very honest. Heidenheim are at home, and like the fans would expect some sort of reaction after last week's defeat. So that, and I'm also like looking forward to see what they are gonna do. Winning the first 2 games and then losing that game, the way they react is going to be very important for Heidenheim, and important for them as well, to see how their season progresses as they move forward. I think it's going to be a very close game, but I really don't see a winner out of this game, to be very honest, and so that's why I'm staying on the fence. I think it's going to be a very exciting game. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think there are going to be goals in this game, so I'm going for a 2-2 draw between Heidenheim and Freiburg. Moving on to the next game, it's a Union Berlin versus Hoffenheim, and now Union Berlin, they are still undefeated in the league. They have won once, but they have drawn the next 2 games, and last week they drew against Leipzig. I think that was a very good performance defensively. Leipzig threw everything at them, but they somehow managed to keep their cool. They managed to as a collective unit, they managed to repel every attack that Leipzig threw at them. I think that they deserve that point. They were really good in that game. They are playing Hoffenheim, who have they won on the opening day, but then they have lost 2 games in a row. Last week also they lost 4-1, so like they are in a way towards a downward trajectory, and I think this game is gonna be continuing. I think they are gonna suffer their 3rd defeat in a row, in my opinion, and I think Union Berlin are gonna win this one quite comfortably. I think they are gonna win it. They are at home as well, and the way that they are playing, their confidence would be really high. I think they win this game 2-1. Sorry, 2-0. I think it's going. They keep a clean sheet, and I think they win this one 2-0, and a comfortable win for UB. The next game is Werder Bremen versus Bayern Munich. Both these teams are undefeated, but Bremen have just won once. That was last week. They defeated Mainz. I think it was a really good performance for them. It was quite a fun game to watch, and even after going down to 10 men, they played most of like the second half, almost like 35 minutes. They played with 10 men, but they held on to their league, and I think it was a very good performance for them, and they deserve that when it was their first win after the first 2 draws. So they will be like really high on confidence, but they are playing against a Bayern side who are now really starting to get into their groove. The last week they defeated Holstein Kiel 6-1, and then Champions League they scored 9 goals against and conceded only. So they have, in the last 2 games, Bayern Munich have scored 15 goals and they have conceded 3 in return. So they are on top hot form, and I think Bremen in a way a bit unlucky that they are the ones that have to face Bayern Munich in this game. They are at home. That could be in a way advantage, but I don't really see anything apart from Bayern Munich. I would really like, I think Bremen would give them a tough fight, but I think they are still gonna come up short. And Bayern, I think they have played 3, they have won 3, they are looking really good. Company's is finally starting to get into it. I'll be very honest, I said I'll be the first one to admit if a company proves me wrong, and to be very honest, the last 2 games they have played like you expect Bayern Munich to play. The first 2 games they were not really playing the tactics that he was using. Whatever he was trying to do, it was not really working, but they were winning games. I said that was very important for them. The next 2 games, the like last week's game and then the Champions League game, they were simply irresistible. But again, you can say it depends on the in like their opponents. That's what matters. So now Bremen are in compared to Feyenoord, and in compared to Holstein Kiel, that Bremen are a different type of opponent. Like they are not going to be that easy. So it will be quite interesting. But I would still go for Bayern in my prediction. I think it's going to be very, very close. I think it will be quite entertaining. I am going for a 2-1 Bayern Munich win. Moving on to the next game, it's Eintracht Frankfurt versus Borussia Mönchengladbach, and I think it's going to be a very fun game to watch. I think it's going to be very interesting to watch. Frankfurt, they won last time around again. Wolfsburg, it was a 2-1 win for them, and it was a really good game to watch. And it's like it was a second win in a row. They lost one match, they won, but after the next two games, they have won. They are now starting to have a bit of a form, and I think they would want to continue this in this game. They are playing a Mönchengladbach side who have been like a hit and miss. They lost their first game, then they won, then they lost last week against Stuttgart, and I think Gladbach would be quite disappointed that that game ended in a defeat, because I think they at least deserved a point in that game, because they really did not convert their chances. I'll be very honest with you. They should have at least gotten a point out of it. They created a hell lot of chances. It was a quite an open game, end-to-end stuff. Both teams created chances, but Gladbach did not convert them, and they paid the price for that. I think this game is going to be quite similar. Both teams like to play attacking football, and I think it's going to be quite an open game. And I don't, if Gladbach don't convert their chances, I think they are going to suffer the same fate, and that is why I'm going for a home win. I think Frankfurt are going to continue their winning ways. I think it will be not a close game, it will be a fun game to watch. I'm going for a 3-1. I think Gladbach are going to suffer the same defeat with the same scoreline, in my opinion. I'm going for a 3-1 Frankfurt win. The next game, it is Leverkusen versus Wolfsburg. Now Leverkusen, they needed to come back and get a win last week after their undefeated streak was over before the international break, and they came back with style. Like, I expected them to win, but the way they win, the way they played, it was really good. They defeated Hoffenheim 4-1, and I think that was a very good win, a statement win for Leverkusen. They are playing against Wolfsburg, who lost to Frankfurt. I think that was, as I already said before, it was a really good game of football, quite entertaining. It was quite fun to watch. Wolfsburg would be really disappointed that they did not get anything out of it, but I think Frankfurt were the deserved winners in that game. And I think again this game is going to be quite open and quite fun to watch, but I think the champions are gonna continue their winning ways. Unfortunately for Wolfsburg, I think they are gonna suffer another defeat in this game. I am going for a 2-1 Leverkusen win. I think it's going to be close, but I think Leverkusen are just edged, to be very honest with you. The next game is Stuttgart versus Dortmund, and this could be one of the best games of the weekend, to be very honest with you. Stuttgart are looking really good. Dortmund themselves, they drew, and they last week they got back to winning ways. They defeated Heidenheim 4-2. They looked really good in that game, and Stuttgart, I really liked what I saw from them against Werder Bremen. Against Werder Bremen. So yeah, that was a really good game to watch, and I think this could be I don't think I have gone with a draw till now, but I think this game could turn out to be the first draw prediction for me. And for Dortmund, this could be very bad, because they have already lost 2 points when they drew on match day 2, but I think they are going to suffer the same fate. It is going to be an entertaining draw. I am going for a 2-all draw between Stuttgart and Dortmund. And the last game is FC St. Pauli versus RB Leipzig. And Pauli, as I said before, 3 games, 3 losses. They are not looking they're not looking good. There's you don't see them scoring, you don't see them creating chances. Losing is one thing. I keep on saying losing is one thing, but you at least need to play some sort of good football, so at least your fans can enjoy that. But Pauli have been all over the place. They are playing Leipzig, who would be really disappointed they did not get a win in last time out. And they have the perfect opportunity to go ahead and get the win here. And I am going for a simple attack, and I think it will be a comfortable win. I think it will be an emphatic win, a 3-0 win for RB Leipzig against St. Pauli. So that is it for me. These are my predictions for Bundesliga match day 4. Please let me know what you guys think of the predictions, and make your predictions as well in the comments below, so we can see who had the better predictions at the end of the weekend. That's it from me. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 300 subscribers before the month of September, and it's looking really hard, but let's hope we somehow achieve our target. Until next time, bye bye.